Good morning. Let me check my volume here. Okay. Happy Monday. I hope it's happy. Is it happy for you? Typical Monday around here for me. Tired, wet hair from shower, face is still broken out. Yeah, that's okay. How was your weekend? I hope it was well. Anyone get caught up on rest or stay productive? Say hello to everyone. Good morning, Dragonfly. Was Dumpling gotta go? I don't even see her. Was she in here, I'm assuming? Told you all this chat room. Okay. Well, hello, Dumpling on the replay. Good morning, Deb. Miss Victoria. Oh, yeah, by the way, Miss Victoria, everyone in the family is taking their vitamins. Loving it. Let's see. Stu Peters died. What? Let me write that down. Good grief. Let me go cover my spotlight hole on the couch. Hold on. Little man broke that piece of that blind off, so now the morning sun comes blaring in. It's a distraction for me. So, all right. So Stu Peters. Well, we'll look into it. Let's pray that it's misinformation. Sugar's message disappeared. I'm telling y'all. That's why my phone's in front of me. And Lee got this just a few dollars. This will stand, so I don't have to sit there and keep looking down. So I'm going to put my phone over here. That way it's side by side with the chat room and I don't miss anything. So text me or something if I'm not seeing something. Y'all know how it is. Okay, so that's all right, Victoria. We'll tackle it with cards and see if it's an illusion or truth or anything. I know, Deb. They're going to chat. We'll just manifest good things, that it comes in clearly. I don't know, guys. Okay. So, as we wait for people to come in, I know we're all on different time zones, and Mondays can be iffy of who makes it, but that's okay. All right. So, it was a busy weekend with Intel. There's a lot of interesting things going on with the collective, which I find fascinating. Good morning, Miss Christine. And yes, honey, I got your messages. I was just overwhelmingly busy yesterday, private reading and stuff like that. So I did get your message, honey, and we'll get that clarified with your situation. We'll work on it. I promise. Okay. Good morning, Pat. All right, so I have received everyone's messages. Charlotte, I'm going to get to yours that you emailed me. Of course, Miss Caroline, love on her. She's constantly sending me these new thumbnails before every week. And I know she works hard on them and they take a lot of time. Spoke with Nadia over the weekend, talked to her last night. We're both quite amazed with what's going on with the collective. And of course, some of the intel that's coming out. We shared quite a few things yesterday. Um, if I don't butcher this name, y'all know who I'm talking about. The Balenciaga, that fashion, horrible people. Balenciaga, I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. Balenciaga. Lots of stuff coming out connecting the dots with that. And people are putting it together. What I find fascinating, it's not just the Intel collective, that it's normal everyday people are now putting the dots together. Going, I don't think so. Because now the outside collect, I know we're all one big collective, but you know what I'm saying. We've been an Intel family for quite a few years. I'm talking about the people that are just now coming in and joining us. They're waking up going, what is going on? Because now exposure is coming out even in the mainstream, which is weird. Yes, Christine. Uh, yeah, she is a spokesperson, and the fact that she's just, I'm looking into how they'll handle it before I step away. I'm sorry. I'm quite impressed with normal everyday citizens who have bought some of their products and now they're burning them in the street. So God bless and God bless. Morning, Al. Is it just you this morning? Juice off at his little job with his veteran friend. I hope everyone's well. Uh, so anyway, if you just look around, normal. I mean, I don't have all the apps for all those the Instagram, TikTok. I don't do all that stuff, but they do show up in my feed, like on YouTube and things like that. I mean, I don't even get on Facebook anymore. You can only go to Facebook jail so many times before you just really don't want to go back. Um, but of course, Messenger's still open and people send me stuff all the time. But just on my own, seeing it in a feed, and I didn't ask for it. Normal, everyday people are waking up to see what's going on. Now they're connecting dots and they're starting to ask questions and dig a little bit deeper and then find out who's behind it. You know, whether it's Hollywood, connect all the dots with, what do they call that? A mother company, sister companies, things like that. It's, the pyramid stair stepping with that company in particular. Yeah, and how they're all connected, like Gucci and whatever. All the places that we can't afford, nor do I want to have it. I know. So I found that out too yesterday, Dragonfly. Isn't that disgusting? Yeah, Selma Hayek's husband. Nothing surprises me. They're either all related, have intermarried. I don't know. They're just, it's just all bad. And we're going to put our good energy out there to not only expose what they're doing and share it, but also, um, put the higher vibration and frequency out, which we're going to talk about in just a minute because it ties in with sovereignty. Good morning, Brianna. Uh, yeah, and you know what? I could, not that I want to spend a whole lot of time focusing on that K family, if you know what I mean, but it's to my understanding, they've all been rounding up, and who you're seeing is not who you think they are, with clones or whatever. But I've never pulled cards on it. It's just you always know, you take everything with a grain of salt. Just hearsay through the intel that they've already been rounded up, or they're facing what's coming and they're just playing the role, which is common too. So anyway, so lots of things. I just saw your new comments coming in, but they come up halfway through the chat. You guys hear about Musk wants to spill the beans with Let's Go Brandon's son, with Hunter. Yeah, and the Balenciaga. Okay. I haven't dug that deep into it. I'm sure that he's probably tied in with that as well. Wouldn't surprise me. Good morning, Nadia. Um, so lots of connect the dots because right now it's turned into this giant spider web of information. But it just tickled me to see normal everyday people in the intel does not surprise me. I mean, we pass around information all the time, do we not? But to see people that I've never seen before in my life coming out with these quick little videos going, have you seen this crap? Burning their stuff in the street, any products. And that stuff's not cheap. I mean, you find out you spend thousands of dollars on a pair of shoes or a bag or whatever the crap they sell. And now they're like, screw you. You're not messing with our babies. And they're burning them in the street. So God bless them. It's 11:11 here. Yes, it is. I know on Eastern Standard Time. Yes, it is 11:11. So there's some angel numbers for you. Um, but yeah, Nadia and I passed around a little bit of intel yesterday. Of course, Patriot Street Fighter had a great show with SG and on, and that exposed a lot of stuff. Um, it's just now it's when it hits the mainstream, something's happening. I mean, we've always known stuff is happening, but we didn't know the level and degree of behind the scenes. And the more I dug into the level of the military stuff, not only has this been going on for years, but so strategically done. Like if you don't get it right, we don't get a second chance. And praise the Lord that they've gotten it right. But unfortunately, we have lost many good men and women handling this. So, hubby's in the house. He's at work. He's at work. Mm-hmm. He is. It's Monday, probably slow day, but. So, anyway, so we're going to dive into a little bit of that. We can go a little bit deeper into the Balenciaga if you want to. Just connecting some dots. What else? Okay, like I said, Charlotte she emailed me a question, so we're going to do that one. That one's personal. Nadia and I talked about a couple of things, and I have that pulled up here on my phone. And we are going to talk about the collective as a whole. And fascinating that, like I said, I know our collective is everyone, our entire human race. But we're in pockets of different types of collective, and now our collective is growing, which means our frequency and vibration levels, they could go down, they could go up. We need to give the ones that are just waking up a chance to get the anger out of their system. Now, we all still have moments with anger. I do that all the time. I go and vent, and then I'm okay for a while. But we need to give them an opportunity because this is a smack in the face to them. Let them get their anger out, but put them in divine light so we help raise their frequency. I do believe the frequency is changing. Now, Nadia can confirm this or not, or say, well, maybe temporarily we may drop it down a little bit because the more this stuff comes out, even some of the stuff is going to shock us, and we thought we knew everything. But we can't allow it to drop to the level that we can't recover. Okay, we always have the ability to raise the frequency. Now, I did not dig deep into the mainstream media aspect of this because I just don't like them, because it lowers my frequency and it physically makes me ill to watch mainstream news. I will look at headlines just to see what they're saying and then go look into it. So now, of course, they're still after Trump, and they're saying that he wants to, I forget how they worded it, abolish the U.S. Constitution. And that's not what he said. Of course, they never quote or play a clip of him saying that. They just say that he said it. It's not what he was saying. I just wonder if people are going to realize and make the connection that what they're actually exposing is that Trump is going back to the original Constitution. That's the key. I mean, before we were sold into a dead corporation. Do you understand what I'm saying? I haven't lost anybody, have I? Okay. Good morning, Joe. How are you, honey? And hello to Eve as well. It's her sister. I know she's not in the chat, but we love her as well. She's families too. Okay. So, Nadia also, okay, we talked about this yesterday. With the one with Patriot Street Fighter with Scott McKay and with SG on. So they're saying that if they change the frequency of the 5D towers, it will heal the vaccinated. And we're going to look into that. I would like to know, because that we really do need that. I do know that there will be casualties of war. We already have had them, and there are probably going to be more. But from my understanding with the intel, when they captured that, I guess you call what, a freightliner, Evergreen in the Suez Canal, that everything that was on it was to be the ending of us. The crappy stuff that they were using the 5G towers for, or what they were going to use them for. Of course, nuclear weapons. Found out something interesting. You get a wake-up call and a smack in the face when you've been bitching about stuff like, why you got to show us something, and the reason they haven't, and the reason they've had to take so long, is because the deep state all along have had hidden nuclear weapons that they were prepared to set off, among other things, including bioweapons, mainly in the US, but globally. And they were prepared to use them against the people if we rose up against them. Now, the fact that we went through the past 2 or 3 years and you're seeing all of the uprisings tell me that they didn't have as much power, or they lost their power, because they would have never let that happen. So it's just fascinating to see that the United States, when Q says the military was the only way, they really mean it, because they would have taken us out. But it just had to be really slow. So, you're mean as ever. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're a big teddy bear. You're a big teddy bear. Okay, so I've been on here almost 20 minutes. Let's get to it. So let's do this. First of all, let's get the Stu Peters thing out of the way. We don't like rumors. But we know that rumors and misinformation are still vital to the cause. So I'm going to set your oracle cards over here, or as Dumpin likes to say, our thingy cards. All right, so let's do this, Stu Peters. Is any of that true? Did we lose Stu? He maybe is in protection. We don't know. Lots of things. Don't give out your secrets. Oops. Okay. All right. Joe's meaner than a snake. Let's just keep it real. Joe, whoop you. All right. That's all right, Pat. You keep working. You keep working. Just listen. All right. So, Stu Peters, rumors. Victoria said that she heard that he had passed away or something. We don't like rumors, but let's just pick it apart and see. And if y'all don't know who Stu Peters is, you can go to stupeters.com, and he's also on Rumble, Stu Peters Show. He's he puts a lot of good stuff out there. I don't watch everything he does, but he does have some good stuff. So what can Spirit tell us about Stu Peters? Interesting base card. Don't let it freak you out, because we don't know if it's well aspected or not. And that's the Devil card. So don't get freaked out. We got to lay them out first. And we'll see if it makes sense. All right. All right. Okay, well, that would make sense. All right. I do not get that he is gone. I get that they've had to make some changes, and so this is part of being in limbo, basically. But I do not get any. I don't get the death. I don't get the moon card. The devil on the bottom. That means we have to well aspect him, meaning bringing change. Okay, and how I know that is because of our baby pages showing up twice, meaning dripping the information out to people. They're just learning and waking up to things. And he's the one that put out that documentary. What is it? Died suddenly or something. I don't know. I don't remember the name of it, but he just put that out. So with the devil on the bottom, meaning breaking chains and bringing change, it goes along with the tower card, meaning changes are coming. They had to change something about his show, maybe in the direction that he was going. Okay. Because he was standing his ground, which just means that they're protecting his platform and they had to make some changes. Um, so he has to find a new balance with the information that's coming out, and that's next to the world because he's a truther. And this confirms that right now he and everyone else is just in limbo, waiting to see what's going to happen with his show. Do not get anything negative. Okay, perfect. So do not be fooled of what you're hearing because it's not what you think. Contract changed because that's the Lover's card. It's a new contract. It will disappoint some people, meaning you may not see him for a while or some information may come out, misinformation. Just remember, it may not be what you think. Okay. So let's not panic. Okay. All right. Yes, happy birthday, Schneider. That is Nadia's fur baby, her doggy. It is Snyder's birthday. He is 7. Yes, so happy birthday, Schneider. Okay. Alrighty. Tomorrow's Joe's birthday. You'll be 64. Let's be dyslexic. You'll be 46. And that way you and I can be the same age. All right. It is interesting, Victoria. So just hold on. Let's just take it with a grain of salt right now. Okay. We know how that stuff goes. Yeah. So you all wish Snyder a happy birthday. Wish Miss Joe. Well, I don't have plans to come on tomorrow, but since we don't have plans, y'all wish Miss Joe a happy birthday. Joe's the oldest dog alive, born in the year of the dog. Well, how fascinating. All right. Okay, so that handles the Stu Peters thing. Now I want to get to Charlotte. I know she's not in here, but I know she will watch the replay. So she had emailed me. She sent me some beautiful pictures about she decorated her home for Christmas, and so she sent those to me, and they're beautiful. She said that her husband's daughter is coming to stay with them through the holidays. Apparently, she's going through a divorce. She asked to. I don't ask a lot of details. She just says, "Will she behave?" And I thought, oh, okay. Well, obviously, she's an adult because she's going through a divorce. She just wants to know if she's going to behave. So, is Miss Charlotte's stepdaughter, adopted daughter, but husband's daughter, is she going to behave? So maybe there's some attitude there, or I don't know. It'll tell us. Yep. Yeah. show. I'm going to convince everybody you're just 46. Yep. So lots of beautiful birthdays. And we should celebrate our fur babies' birthdays. Puts good energy out there for them. Speaking of fur babies, my daughter's fur baby, Avery the cat, has still not come home. It's been just a hair over a week. We're still looking. We're still calling. We're still hunting. We did hear that a cat, to his description, had been killed in the back alley, but we checked. It was not him. It was actually his arch enemy that he fights with all the time. That one was injured or killed. And then we found another one yesterday that had been injured and had a broken foot. Can't catch it. It's hiding. There's nothing I can do for it if I can't get a hold of it. And I'm one of those people that I understand that animal control is necessary for some things, but I'm not the type of person that calls animal control because I have a fear they'll put them down. And it just breaks my heart. And I just cannot bring myself to do it, if that makes sense. So anyway, so you all send good vibes and prayers for Avery to come home. Still have not seen him. Now, he is the king of the jungle out there. He is the dominant male, but that doesn't mean that he's invincible. So we're just waiting. All right, Miss Charlotte, let's get to your daughter, your husband's daughter, if she's going to behave herself. All right. And like I said, I didn't ask any details. Let's just see what Tara says. Well, she got a past. Okay. Okay. Miss Charlotte, the answer is yes. Apparently, she's changed quite a lot, or this is divorce, or what she's going through has woken her up. Okay. I have some movement cards, so I guess she's coming, but then she's going to leave. Well, no, you did say she just come for the holidays. Okay. All right, so I have a movement card. All right, so we're just searching for the truth. You know, is she going to change? The Knight of Swords, meaning moving forward. Like, is she changed? That's basically what we're asking. The answer is yes, because the Star card represents the way it's aspected means that she's kind of seeing the light, like a wake-up call. She's more in tune and intuitive about what she's been through has kind of awakened her, basically, because her past card is the Devil card. Apparently, she's stirred some stuff up, but that's a past. So it sits like this. In the past, she was that, and now this is who she is. She's kind of seen the light. That's good to know. Okay. Now, she still is holding on to some things. Okay. Four of Pentacles, meaning holding on to. Maybe she's still got some grudges. Of course, divorces cannot be easy. They're quite painful. But she's turned into the future is going to make, she's going to be stronger for it. Okay. So Charlotte, she's got a bright future. She will be stronger for what she's going through, but she's going to have a life of starting over with that page. Okay. He brought her a message because it's a cup card. So it woke her up, and she's going to have to start fresh and start over, but she will be better for it. But it'll happen quickly because of the Chariot card. Like, it woke her up and she'll change. Wow, lots of movement cards. Okay. Beautiful. So basically it taught her a lesson because this happens so fast. All these movement cards. Moving her in the right direction made her realize that family was very, very important and not to take it for granted, if that makes sense. Okay. Because now she's going to be able to spend the holidays with you and you guys will be celebrating. So embrace it. Wrap her in the divine light and send her high vibes and just do your thing and she'll pick up on that. She'll feel it and it'll help her ease into the next phase of her life. So Miss Charlotte, Yeah, she's been through some stuff and she's still holding on to some stuff, but she has changed. Okay. So just keep sending that good energy out to her. The base card was the Two of Pentacles. She's finding a new balance in her life, which makes sense. Okay. Thank you for the love and prayers for Avery. We certainly need it. And of course Gabrielle needs it too, because she worries, and she does okay most of the time, and she does have moments where she breaks down, and that's her baby. Avery's the eldest of all the cats, and it's hard on her. So, all right. So, Miss Charlotte, that was yours. Now, let me go back. All right. So I'm going to cover what Nadia and I were talking about yesterday. We're talking about the 5D towers, that if they change the frequency, the magnetic change, the pull of them, the frequency, that it will actually heal the vaccinated and not take them out, because that's originally what they had planned. Okay. So let's look into 5D. And I know, I'm pretty sure it was the same thing Nadia watched yesterday. Somebody said that they had all that technology in China before the white hats could go and get control of it. 3 days. They activated those 5Ds after everybody got their jabberdoos, and 90,000 people dropped dead. Just like, do you remember? It was probably a couple months ago. I'm trying to remember where it was at. They said all this 150 college kids died in a stampede. It was not a stampede. They activated a 5G tower. 150 people dropped dead of heart attacks all at one time. Stampede, you have physical injuries, crushing injuries, broken bones, things like that. They all died, and there's actual footage that has come out now where they're literally doing CPR on dozens of people. Yeah, bioengineered weapons. So let's look to see if they can reverse and change the frequency of the 5D tower, that it will heal the vaccinated. So let's see. All right. My chat's frozen again. I don't know. My phone is on, so if I'm not seeing something or a question, just text it to me. Okay. Alrighty. Now, do you guys have any other questions? I really didn't have a topic this morning. Monday morning, we just got to chat, catch up. How was your weekend? What do we have planned for the week? And then go over a little intel that may have happened over the weekend. Yeah, and I do want to talk about frequency and sovereignty, and how we're going to help the unaware come into this as with the least amount of pain and shock as possible, and how we can help their frequency as well as our own, of course. So Nadia asked the question, can they reverse the 5D towers and it heal the vaccinated? Your base card is the big Ace of Cups. Absolutely, yes. Oh, Christine had a question. Okay, I'll go hunt for it. Wow. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Yep. Beautiful cards. Okay. Beautiful cards. Frequency, vibration. And we come into this as well with the collective. And of course, our Mr. T does as well. But the answer is yes. With that Ace of Cups on the bottom, being sovereign and independent and knowing who you are, is because I was talking about that when I was that energy went into the card. So we, as the collective, let me show you something, have helped manifest that, because I have these pentacle cards, meaning manifestation. Military is also involved. We do know that. Okay, now he's under a different card. I'll show you in a second. But lots of mystery of what they had plans to do with it. But with our manifestation of it has helped change that. Okay, now, so the person in the past that was in charge wanted to do the nefarious things because he's sitting by himself, meaning he's very relaxed, but he's ready to fight. He had the sword, meaning he was ready to take people out, meaning deep state. We don't normally see him that way, but when he sits by himself like that in the past, this is Cabal. Reminds me of the Game of Thrones throne thingy. But guess who came in? Because he's dead center in the whole thing. And that's your Emperor card. He took it back and said, I don't think so. So with the military stepping in with that Knight of Pentacles, it's going to be okay. That beautiful granting the wish of the people will happen. It will be beautiful. Beautiful outcome. Yep. Now here's something interesting, because the Hermit, when he comes into this, and he's well aspected, so no one's going to be left out in the cold on their own. Okay. It means that the message will be loud and clear and received of what they had planned. Okay. Because people who get sick from it or pass from this crap, all of a sudden everybody starts getting better. Or those loved ones who are acting different now, very snappy. It's like they're very temperamental. They feel very disconnected towards you. They're just not acting themselves. You'll start to see them change back to the original way. I know that we've talked before about the vaccinations. Once they take them, it's like there's a disconnect with the cord with their spirituality. It's like they just got a total, it's a disconnect. That's what it is. And it's just, they're not themselves. Their true sovereign soul seems like it just goes out the window. Does that make any sense? Your mom. Yeah. 5G, living in the country, difficulty getting coverage in the country. Yeah, but you know what, Christine? I'd take that any day. I would take that any day of just dealing without a signal than having to have one of them things around me. We've got 2 or 3 here in this city. And it was funny. The year they put the first one up, I lived two houses underneath it. It just so happens that before they activated it and turned it on, my God decided, I don't think so. And it came up that we needed to move, and he made it possible. Now I live in an area where there isn't one. There's one on that far end, there's one on that far end, and I'm like in this pocket where there isn't one around. I know that there's a distance that it can travel, but excuse me, at least it's not right over top of my head. Does that make sense? Okay. You'd like to know why I see the moon and the moon behind the moon and another moon behind the second moon in front of the house and mirrors? Yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, there's multiple reasons. We have more than one moon. You're only allowed to know about one moon. Now, the question is, what are you seeing that's real? Which one is the fake made up nightlight? Because it's true. But please understand something. The veil is thinning. You are seeing the moon in multiple realms at one time. Because there are parallel universes and realms going on at the same time. Yes, there are a million of you dead in different realms. I think about me and I'm like, one's enough. But you're seeing moons in different realms because we are awakening and ascending. You are able to see the moon in its position behind the veil, if that makes sense. It's fascinating. Now we do have a fake, the fake sun. Have you ever caught somebody doing a video? I mean, she used to be like a really dull yellow. Now she's really white. I mean, very, very illuminating. So if you think about it, they have this one that was activating in the Matrix. It was like a nightlight. They could literally turn it on and off. I mean, they're still trying to convince you that the sun is 93 million miles away. Really? No, you don't let it freak you out. Do not let it freak you out. It just means that the veil's thinning more for you and you're ascending quicker. So you're seeing Luna in just different realms. Don't let it freak you out. Don't let it freak you out if you walk down the street and see another you either. Okay? It's okay because eventually we'll come together as a collective and we'll come as or our different realms of us, we will come together. The matrix goes away and you'll see for what it really is. You're very welcome. Did you like that Victoria Russell means? He was a beautiful, beautiful man. And I believe that he is on the other side cheering us on wholeheartedly. Yeah, he passed in 2012 of throat cancer because he wanted to try to heal himself with Native American apothecary, basically, and he refused to do all the chemo and all that crap. And he says he just listened to his father, and he says, when the good Lord, Great Spirit calls you home, it's just your time to go and go. And he did, and he was happy to do it. He said, because I will not lose my sovereignty. He was a beautiful man. I know. But that's okay, Victoria. Just tap into his energy on the opposite side because he's with his higher self. Okay? Victoria, you're so funny. I know. I mean, I'm just teasing sense of humor when I say it. I said, can you imagine there's more than one of me? Lord help us. Really not if everyone says that they see me somewhere else. You don't know. You know that old phrase where they said everyone's got a twin in the world? I don't know that it's your actual twin. I just wonder if it's just you and the realms are interlapsing. Does that make sense? Yeah, Deb. Yeah, beautiful man. And if you still want to be attached to him, go watch some of the movies that he did. He was in all kinds of them. He played a big role in The Last of the Mohicans. You saw your twin in college? Interesting. See? Yeah, don't let that stuff shock you. But with the moon, you see like one behind the other and they stair step. That's what it looks like. You're just seeing the realm stair step. That's all you're seeing. I have a picture. Um, it wasn't this last one, but it was the one before that, with the full super blood moon that we had. And she was closer, or she was in a different position at that time of night. I'm like, why are you over here? You should be over there. Has anybody else noticed that too? I'm like, that makes no sense because of the time of the year it was. And she was literally just sitting right in front of the house. And I stepped out. I thought, well, let's get a picture. Cameras can't always capture really good things because of lighting, obviously, at midnight. But it not only captured her, when I looked at it later, it captured another planet. And I went, what? So I walked around a different angle of a street light, did it again, captured another planet, walked around to the other street light because I wanted to get all angles. And then I didn't need the camera to see it. I could see it with my own eyes. And there was a planet sitting there. And I went, it looks a whole lot like Earth. Is that Terra, Gaia? What is going on? It did, but it didn't. And there was a whole other planet sitting there. And I'm like, okay, I just need to go to sleep. But that's it. We don't need to, Lee. No, we don't. gosh. Well, Michael will go back and watch this, and he goes, "What? He'll be the whole Magic Mike show." Yep. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's just some of those things that make you go, what's going on? You go back. I've got comments popping up in the middle of the chat, guys. Spent the weekend with your family for Christmas and December birthdays. Your oldest daughter's job. She wasn't herself. Short tempered and overly opinionated bothered me terribly. I know, and it will get under your skin and it will irritate your frequency, but that's what their job is. That's their soul contract. Because it's also to test us. Just when someone snaps at you, remember when Nadia said that her brother had snapped at her? I think it was over Thanksgiving or something. And she just kind of like bit her tongue. But the good thing is later he came and apologized. Don't snap back. That's the key. I know that's hard to do. This is why I don't hang around anybody else except you guys, because I wouldn't hold my tongue. I would probably throw them out of my house. But that's why I have a disconnect. I'm not around any of my family because they're not awake and they're all about drama and low frequency. And I can't be around it because it makes me physically ill. Lee will tell you that. He's not around his family either. Who is in this house is who we are connected to. We are the 8 musketeers at this point. Yep. But the main thing is don't snap back. I know it irritates you, but just try to raise your frequency. You know, the old cliche phrase, kill them with kindness, love on them more. Because they'll either change or they'll walk away from you because they can't handle it. They can't handle light and they can't handle frequency. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. Joe thinks like I do. I'll just throat punch you. But I can't do that either. I like to say it. Makes me feel better. But I can't do it. That's why I just don't have anybody around me. If you're not around me, I can't throat punch you. But I get what you're saying, Joe. You're so funny. Yeah. I'm just gonna be my security. I'm just gonna hire her. She's gonna be my security guard. Yep. I don't have to worry about nothing. You are correct, Deb. My grandparents always said that too. You can catch more flies with honey than you can with vinegar. But then, me being a smartass, when I found that out when I was younger, I actually looked at my grandmother and said, actually, apple cider vinegar catches fruit flies. So that's not actually true. And she's like, really? Because I was that kid. But yeah, I would. Because if you set out a cup of apple cider vinegar, you catch fruit flies. So it kind of killed her theory. And she's like, you know what I meant. I'm like, I know, but I'm still making a point. Because I was a smart ass. Still am to this day. I don't care. Bodyguard Joe. That's right. Joe's got the with us. Yep. That's okay. There's still a lot of people afraid of dogs just because of a loud bark. Sometimes barking works. That's okay. All right. Somebody said, Nadia, you told me Christine had a question. Christine, are you still in here, honey? Remind me. Because they may have disappeared. Apparently Dumpling was in here before I got here and her comments disappeared. So I'm just looking. So throw it again in the chat or somebody text it to me. Because I'm looking. And I think Nadia told me it was about the Balenciaga fashion thingy. And if that's the case, I'd be happy to look at it. I'm just making sure my phone is up here. Timed out on me. Okay. Was that about Elon Musk wants to spill the beans with Hunter's crap? Christine, are you saying that Hunter is connected to the Balenciaga stuff too? Wouldn't surprise me. Okay. Okay, so let's look. I think it was Michael that asked me that the other night, and I said I pulled something on it about Elon Musk being the one to help take down Hunter, to get him arrested. And I said that, well, it would happen, but Elon's helping, but he wouldn't be the main reason, if that makes sense. Hunter in China. Who's not connected? What did I miss? This is what happens when I don't understand the chat, because it jumps, because that just came in here. They literally do this, and it just like it bounces. And if a new one comes in, it sometimes shows up in the middle of the chat. I don't understand. Elon spilling the beans about Brandon and son. Okay, so Biden and Hunter. Okay. Who's not connected to Balenciaga? Well, that's a good question. I think pretty much everybody is. I was saying I think it will. I wouldn't be surprised if Hunter was, if the whole Biden family was. Did I say something and misspeak? Okay. I know, Dragonfly. It's okay, honey. That not being able to see your granddaughter is very, I'm sure that's very, very hard. But just manifest your time that you're going to have with her. You're going to have all the time in the world. Your son and family live across the alley and haven't spoken to me in over a year. Elle, sweetheart, you just keep sending that love and light across the street. Heck, bake them cookies and take it to them. Leave it on the doorstep and say, love you. They will not be able to handle it. You're like, what are you doing? Okay, so you believe is connected with China, and Musk wants to spill the beans. Threatens to spill the beans. Oh, yeah. Elon Musk knows everything. I like how somebody put it this morning. I was watching something. She's a professional lip reader. The gunner's wife, I think is what her name is. She made a really good point. She said, when Elon, he didn't just buy a social media platform, he bought a crime scene and everything that came along with it. And please understand that when they raided Langley and the CIA, and they've taken down all these, the past few years they've been doing it, they have everything. But let's look and see what the connection is with Elon. Will he spill the beans? And of course, you know, they're going to say it's disinformation. Of course, that's their answer to everything. It'll happen, guys. You guys keep manifesting the reconnection. I know, Christine, but you're right, Nadia. McAfee, oh my gosh, he does know everything. He's that beautiful soul that actually sold them their computers, and then they sat back and recorded everything. It's just beautiful. I know it is, Christine, but you got to remember what I said earlier. You know, we've always wanted them to rip the Band-Aid off, but the problem is the deep state still had some control of harming citizens, and they couldn't just rip the Band-Aid off. And you can't just put it out there, because then they go underground and they hide. It's not a good strategy, if that makes any sense. But let's see if Elon is going to be a part of revealing the truth with the China connection and all that. Okay. All right. So it's a good base card. Base card is the world card, because we know the whole world's watching Elon right now. We know that. All right. Wow. That tells me everything I need to know. This is the first card. Okay. He is a part of it. He is a part of it. But he's not solely responsible. Okay. Because I do have the Ace of Cups. Now, remember what I said. Your base card is the world card, because it's for the whole world to see, not just, you know, one group. But you did get the Ace of Cups. So, yes. But this guy's in control of how it gets done. Does that make sense? It's because these are together. So they're very, very well aspected. Okay. Now, fascinating that we have a divine feminineness now, but now it's a pass card. So I'm trying to figure out who this is because that wasn't in the question. We were asking about Elon and revealing it. Of course, Trump comes into it because he's a part of that. This is in the past. Now she's got a soft, comforting, divine mother. It I have to focus on it a minute. It could mean that the orders came from divine mother. That's very, very possible. Okay. The Hermit, once again, they're making it look like it's just Elon doing it, but we know with Mr. T in the middle, it's not. But bringing a message, that's what it means. But this is gorgeous. What is going to happen? The whole thing's going to flip upside down because the Wheel of Fortune is to reverse what's going on. Okay. So they say it's misinformation. No, it's not. They're going to reverse the lies and the truth is going to come out. And this is what's going to happen. This is your outcome card, and justice will be served. Mm-hmm. Yep. Because they stood up, stood their ground. Elon's holding his own, and he's doing a damn good job about it. See? Okay. Beautiful. All right. So they have to do this carefully and strategically, remember? Why do they have to do it carefully and strategically? Drippy drop, remember? Gotta go slow. I know that irritates the crap out of us, but we can't. Trust your intuitive ability to look for the secrets. She's about secrets, but using your intuitive to know the difference. Just watch and observe. Just sit back and kind of watch what they do. Watch how they play this game. Because it's chess, remember? But your confirmation is another ace. So yeah, hearts and desires to take them down. That it is coming, guys. Justice and balance. It is coming. Yeah, Nadia is correct. Drippy drop. Cannot rip the Band-Aid off. Because then the white hats in the alliance or the big bottle of Bactine coming to spray the wound, and it's just going to set them on fire, if that makes sense. We all know Bactine hurts. I don't even know if they use that anymore. That's what they use. Well, they poured rubbing alcohol on our skin knees. Yeah. I know we would like the idea because we can handle it. But you got to remember, we're not the majority. Not that that should matter for the most part, because we're all still one big collective. But I mean, think about the numbers and the statistics. We're not a big part of the population. Yes, we see millions of people protesting all over the world, doing, walkouts, protests, doing all that. That's beautiful. And it looks like that, man, the whole world has woken up. No, they're awake to their one situation going on. Can you imagine if they knew everything that we know? And we still don't know everything. I mean, can you imagine? Yeah. Joe, you're the big meanie. Get the rubbing alcohol out. We're going to pour it on some wounds. But yeah, it's hard. The Northern Light. Are you talking like the Northern Lights, like the Aurora Borealis? Is that what we're talking about? Or is there a particular Northern Light? The significance of the Northern Light? I'm going with Aurora Borealis because this is the only thing I can understand. But if you be more specific, I'll know if that's, or is there something called the Northern Light? Yeah, Aurora Borealis is the exposure to the realm. The realm, you're seeing in the firmament, there are weaknesses. And it's not as thick as you think it is. In other realms, and the divine light comes through. I know that sounds weird, and most people will give you a scientific reason of why we have an Aurora Borealis. Well, it's a reflection. It's just light bouncing off. No, it's not. It's the real light of the real world leaking into this matrix. One fruit fly. I buy apples and bananas the other day, which they're almost gone, and one fruit fly. How does one fruit fly just come in my house? Okay. But anyway, Aurora Borealis is, it's a weakness in the firmament. And the firmament is not blue. It's actually in layers. It's like blue, red, purple, I believe. Yeah. That's because, well, it's just like seeing the multiple moons, Nadia. The realms are coming through because we're ascending so fast. I know it's not as fast as you'd probably like, but we are. And we can see things beyond the veil and beyond the firmament that others can't. I mean, just like, I took my daughter to the store the other day, and it was just like, it was weirdly split. The good chemtrails, because I knew they looked different than the old ones, and I knew it was good, and that was split. And on one side, they had normal everyday clouds, which I knew were clouds. And the sun was positioned it was beautiful, but it was positioned very oddly as it was going down. And then I look, and there's just these odd, flat, weirdly shaped disc clouds. And you can see the flat bottom. And even my daughter recognized, she goes, that doesn't even look right. I said, because those are ships. And I went, hey. Because now we can just obviously see them. But think about everybody else. Oh, look at the pretty cloud. And that's it. But we are seeing stuff. The Aurora Borealis is lights of a different realm. Yeah. We can manifest. I mean, if it's something that I can pull cards and just ask and see if we get some off-worlder stuff. Yeah, you have to go. All right, Miss Christine, thanks for popping in, honey. That's okay. You catch the replay, and I'll talk to you later, okay? All right. All right. Well, let's just pull cards and ask about Aurora Borealis and see what comes up. Because obviously we've been told reflectiveness, stuff like that. But if we get illusion cards, it means it's not what we think it is, or it's not what we were told it was. If I get off-worlder cards, it tells me it has something to do with the firmament, because those are the cards that show up when I do a firmament question. I get off-world cards. Because we all know beyond the ice wall. And that reminds me, I've lots of stuff coming out recently of discoveries at the ice wall in Antarctica. They're discovering lots of stuff down there going, I'm pretty sure there's cities or ancient cities there, and I want to dig a little deeper. You'll see they're still there. And lots of documentaries and stuff coming out on Atlantis is popping up. And the Romanov sisters. There's lots of stuff coming out about that. And I'm like, truth is coming. All right. So let's just ask Aurora Borealis. What can you tell us? Give us just a general reading about it. What's going on? Okay. Your base card. That's so funny. Spirit's got a sense of humor. It's the Eight of Wands. And I went, well, that almost kind of looks like how lights show up in the sky, but okie dokie. All right. Oh, that was sweet. You would like this, Nadia. Wow. Holy crap. I just got chills. That just downloaded. As soon as the cards came up, that's how it worked. Spirit just went, Okay. All right. So what I had told you about the different realms and that kind of stuff was correct. So that's the Ace of Cups. All right. But there's more to it than that. Okay. Let's do your past first, because this is where our disappointment, we just thought it was this and we didn't realize what was going on in the background. Okay. Lies and disappointment, a loss. Like we didn't know the truth. Currently, it's coming out of how beautiful it is. Now, this is the most powerful card in the deck. You have a Sun card. Very powerful light. Powerful light. Now, you will like this. Where does the light come from? And I'm going to show you these two because they go together. The Divine Mother. The divinity of the female light. That's your Divine Mother God. They're like this. That's your mama. Interesting. Interesting. The other ace was right under the other ace. So that's the Ace of Swords. I mean, truth is coming. I love the Dove of Peace. Yeah. The military will help reveal this because of our manifestation. Remember, it's a pentacle. So we're manifesting the truth. Wow. Wow. Okay. Remember that Five of Cups in the past card? It was a loss to us because we didn't know the truth. This is what it felt like. You're taking a knee because they lied to you. But guess what it changes into? Because here's your advice. Don't be that person anymore. Get up and stand up and know who you are. Sovereign of the divine light. We will celebrate as a collective in the light of the mother. That was a little more than I expected, but okay. So it's the divine light and love of the divine female. It's Mother God. Wow. And we know that she was suppressed for so long. No one ever gave Divine Mother a credit for anything. It's always been a masculine world. I don't care what religion you based on. It's all about masculinity. And guess what? Mama ain't quiet no more. Yeah. I don't think we can shut Mama up. Mama's back. And that's who's helping us ascend, the divine female, and finding that new balance of masculine and feminine. Masculine is nothing without feminine. Feminine's nothing without masculine. We can be each individuals, but we go together perfectly, just like our Creator wanted us to. Okay, because we've got masculine as women, and of course we know the men have a feminine side either, even though half of them don't want to admit it. But you know what I mean. Okay, so I hope that helps. So, wow, interesting. Very interesting. Aurora Borealis and the light of other realms, but guess where it came from? That was very specific. It comes from the mama. I think that's beautiful. All right. So what else am I missing? Yeah, I do want to emphasize a little more about, I know you guys always know what I'm talking about keeping your frequency high. And I tell you, you should do this anyway, but here's one good way to look at it. You want motivation to get your frequency up? Think about how beautiful it is that the rest of the world is waking up. You're seeing people that you've never seen before now come to the surface and see what's going on. Somebody's texting. Let me check. Okay, Nadia, we can do that, honey. Read it out loud today, or you write them in the chat, and then I'll read it out loud. Hopefully, I'll be able to see them. I love the idea. I just need to know the details of how you want me to do it. You want to write it in the chat, and then I read them out loud. You want to do it that way? Obviously, that would be how this show works. Like, duh, Jen, wake up. Yep. Okay. Fine. Nadia had a great day. Great day. Great idea to end the show today. I think my brain's working, or my mouth is working faster than my brain wants to get it out, or vice versa. Okay. Yeah, Nadia, that sounds like a good idea. We'll do that. Okay. All right. Is it bad that I have no interest in what the media has to say, global news, and some of the podcasters? No, it's not a bad thing. Yeah. No, it's well, God bless you for being able to do that, Pat, because, well, I do it because it's my job. And it's important that some have a contract and a path that we need to walk, or we have to be a part of it. Of course, we have to do a lot of extra cleansing when we do it. I'm glad that you are able to stay away from it, because that keeps your frequency up and helps us. I mean, don't ever think that's bad. I'd love to get to a point where we don't have to watch any of this crap. So, um, Deb's all about the 11-11s. She's gonna take it 1 hour at a time, no matter where you're at. That's perfect. Yeah, don't ever think that that's a bad thing, Pat, or anyone else, because if you get to stay in an area to where you could stay away from the negativity and you don't have to feel that you focus on it, God bless you. Yep. Beautiful. Perfect, Nadia. Gotcha. We'll do that. Okay. So let's what was I doing? I checked the chat room. Oh, Deb asked about the solar flash. That's right. What do we know about the solar flash people are talking about? Okay. I've addressed this before. I'll address it again, and I will pull tarot on it. Solar flashes are real, but they're not what you think they are. I'll just pull tarot and try to explain it to you. Everybody's so afraid of a solar flash. Now, I do understand that there have been many prophets in the past that predicted a massive solar flash that would happen in 2023, and it would most likely wipe out all of electronics, like an EMP kind of thing. These prophets were probably 100 years ago. Not that some of their stuff can't, still come true, but please understand something. They prophesied those things under a frequency. It was negative stuff. We have changed the vibration and frequency. Therefore, we changed the outcome of what was going to happen. So if you hear that we're going to have a solar flash, please understand it's not really a devastating thing. It is energy, but it is to help us in our ascension. Light and energy. But I will pull cards because many people are still worried about this. They're saying that it could wipe out a lot of people. It could activate the vaccine stuff. People will drop dead. Some people may disappear. Then all of a sudden you have the Christian rapture and blah, blah, blah. I have heard it all. Okay. The word rapture is not even in the Bible. It's not. Hebrew means harbazo. It means to be called up and be called away. Guess what ascension is? Reel it in, Jen. Yes, Steph, it is light and frequency and vibration to help us, not knock us out. And I wish people would stop the fear porn of telling them that we're going to lose everything. We're not. We'll pull cards. I had a great conversation with Lee this weekend about we're picking apart different things about the part of the Holy Scriptures that we do have. and how much it's been changed, altered. I'm not saying that it's all wrong. I'm not saying it's all right. I'm just saying that we know that there's altercations. We know that books have been removed. Books have been altered. They're out of order. Nothing makes sense. Well, because we know many, many years ago, Constantine and his little round table of the cabal decided, well, they don't need all 777 books. Just give them 66. Well, obviously that number. And then they said they must follow the canonized version. And all churches adopted the canonized version. You ever thought that maybe it's not pronounced canonized? It's canonized. Canaanites of the devil. I mean, when you sit and think, no one ever really thinks about stuff like that. And then it pops in your head and going, maybe it's not canonized, it's canonized. That would explain a whole lot because the cabal is the one that came up with it. The Canaanites came up with that term. Anyway, getting off on a tangent. Let's get to your solar flash. But it's just some of those things when you wake up and you start ascending, you're going, well, that would make sense. Yep. Yep. Loses up canon. Yeah. Yeah. All the doomsday stuff. And I like Melissa Redpill, The World. She's really good about picking apart scripture, what we do have, and getting us to understand that it wasn't meant to be doomsday and the end of us. It actually meant they reversed it because they knew it was going to be the end of them. I still want to see the rest of the books. That's all I gotta say. Because now I just use discernment, and if I feel like something doesn't sit right with me, I'll either meditate for the answer or I'll walk away and leave it alone. I'll find out when Creator wants me to know. All I know is where my heart and soul is, and then it's positive, and I'm not worried about it. All right, so your solar flash, your base card is 3 of Swords. Disappointment and heartache. You know, people are actually disappointed when you realize you got lied to because those are swords. It is not what you think it is. All right, so let's see what it is. Yeah, you came into it. Oh, you did too. Wow. Okay, so it's not going to tell us what it is exactly, but it'll tell you to clarify what you've been told. Okay, so we're the King of Swords in this aspect because we want the whole truth. Okay, that's what we're searching for. I want the truth. This is the problem. People keep thinking, well, I'm going to be left out in the cold. I'm left out. Well, I'm sorry, but I look at it as a collective, and I don't want to be a part of it. The fear-mongering of this solar thing. In the past, this whole thing, they were trying to find the balance of how to tell people this was going to happen. Like, do we scare the crap out of them? What do we do? We're trying to find balance today, too, so it's not just so much in the past. Okay? Interesting. So manifest, because we have pentacles, so we're manifesting good, positive things, because I like the rainbow. Nope. It is to put us on a new path, a new thing to look forward to and start over again, a new beginning. Okay, that's how it's supposed to start. Unfortunately, this is going to be a slow process, drippy drop again. I know, because they put all the scary stuff in the news going, you know, this could wipe out everything that we know. Oh, aren't you nice? How about you tell people we've been around for how many years and everything's still turning? Now, these 2 cards came up. Now, before I pull your confirmation, these 2 are sitting together like BFFs in this. So we're told the solar flash is going to wipe everything out. Really? Really? Magician, Seven of Cups. Two biggest illusion cards there are. It is not what you think is. It's not. Now, when these are together on the bottom row and the baby page is in the middle, it's to fool the people. So they fooled the people because no one would think anything different because they're baby pages. But I like because he was sitting right beside the baby page too. He's also a teacher. So you will find out, they will be taught actually what's going on. But when they're sitting there like that, they had to fool people. Yep. Brad Johnson has a video on the sun. Brad Johnson's a good guy. Okay. Melissa's books. I have Melissa's books as well. The name of the books. Let me grab them. I have them. They're right. Well, they were. My children moved them. I don't think so. I think they're here. Hold on. I have Apothecary. Hold on. I've got books everywhere. I'm like my own little library. Maybe not. I don't know what I did with them. Well, I will, I'll find them and I can text it to you, Nadia, if no one has any, off the top of my head what they're called. But I have both books and it's really good. It just she takes, scriptures and things and she breaks them down, tries to get people to understand that we were told a long time ago that this was not meant for us. But I will find them. I will find them and I have no problem promoting them because they're very, very good books. I have no idea what I did with them. Well, actually, I didn't do anything with them. My children have decorated my house with Christmas. I didn't do any of this. I just don't. But my sweatshirt, yeah, I'm the Mimi. And it says, the woman, the legend, the myth. That's what a Mimi is. I took a shower earlier and it's just so cold here. It was in the 20s. And I came through this morning in PJs and little man decided that he needed to bathe me in maple syrup. So I took a shower and changed. Yep. Mimi is the woman, the legend, the myth. I'm a mystical creature. All right. What is the name of her channel? Melissa Red Peel the World, but that's not the name of her channel. It is actually interesting. I did have it, Melissa. It's going to bother me now until I tell you. Let's see. There it is. There it is. Okay, Amazon. It's called, the first one, and she had to revise it. The first one is called End Times and 1,000 Years of Peace. Okay, that's the, oh, she did. See, I'm slow. I don't even see where she wrote it. Oh, it's up there. No wonder I didn't see it. End Times, 1,000 Years of Peace, and the second one is End Times, Major Clues from Minor Prophets. Yeah, I have both of them, and they're very, very, very good. And they're very, very, very cheap. You don't really spend a whole lot on them. So, but anyway, she has a beautiful channel on Rumble, by the way. So, Very, very good. She talks really, really fast, and you have to kind of keep up with her. But you can just download the audio. She has an audio version, and she narrates it, so she'll walk you through it. But it is fascinating. All right, yeah. Sorry, I didn't know that Pat had put it in there, and I realized why, because it's all the way up there. It makes no sense. But she has beautiful books, and if you really want to pick apart the Bible or the parts that we have, she does a beautiful job. But okay. So we've gone almost an hour and a half, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and do your oracle cards real quick. Well, Dumpling calls them the thingy cards. She can't remember what they're called. I'm going to pull those really quick, and then we're going to do Nadia's exercise. Okay? So, which is a good idea, because we need to focus on it. You're welcome. Nadia, can you put in the chat again about Master Co's 31 Days of Gratitude? Can you put that information in? You're a mod. If you have a link, you should be allowed to put links in there. If not, I could try to find it and put it in. Or at least the information of where they can go. I know that Victoria had it as well. But Master Co's been doing some meditation and focusing on gratitude, being grateful. And it's still going on. But if Nadia can find that and put it in, or at least, I mean, if you don't have the link, just tell them maybe roundabout where to go, and they can go hunt and look. There you go, masterco.org. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So our collective oracle thingy cards for today are wow. I don't think we've gotten these before. Well, it may tie in with the Master Co thing as well. I don't have the gratitude card in front of me, but it's fascinating that they could lead to gratitude because of the download that I'm getting with them. I got impasse. Like you may be feeling stuck, or you're being told to stop. Like stop and focus on what you have. Be grateful for what you do have. But right now you're at a standstill. Focus on what we've already done and what we've accomplished, and which fork in the road, and continuing down the road that we need to go. So we may be feeling at an impasse. Like, what are we supposed to do right now? Interesting. Now, take a minute to recover from what we've been getting. Maybe we just need just a break. Reflect on what we already have been through and prepare for what we are about to go through. Okay? And be grateful we've made it this far, and have gratitude that we're doing it together as well. This is kind of interesting as well. Vanity. But don't get the big head, because you ain't out of this yet. Okay? Does that make sense? We still have a ways to go. We know our sovereign independence and knowing who we are, but I don't look at that as vanity. I just say you can know it's not ego. You don't let your ego have vanity. Your soul and your spirit can have all the sovereignty it wants, because that's what it is. So don't let your ego get into a vanity standpoint and thought process that, well, I'm better than you. I know. I'm afraid that may happen with the collective as the unaware come into the family. You cannot just look and do the "I told you so." You can't do that. It's just, that's not good for the collective, and you're just going to set everybody back. That makes sense. All right. Your base card for the oracles is growth. We are continuing to grow, but take a minute at an impasse. Just stop. Recover from what you're finding out. Like, take a breather. Don't rush into the next thing. Take a minute to absorb what we've already been through. Yep. So Nadia's thing that she wants us to do, which is a great idea. Um, for the gratitude, let's write in the live chat for what you are grateful for, even if it's something little. There's no wrong answers. Be grateful for whatever. Write them in here, and I will read them out. So I'll give you a couple minutes to do that. Just absolutely right. Now I'll go ahead and tell you. First and foremost, I'm grateful for you guys. Well, see, Joe copied me. No, she probably wrote it before I said it, but yep. I'm grateful for this family. I'm grateful for my biological family. I tell you what, I am grateful to have chosen the soul path and contract to be here right now. Because to be here during this great awakening is amazing. I don't always want to be here. I check out, don't have a problem with it. It is a beautiful thing. So, those are just some of the things that I'm grateful for. But this family, my biological family, I am grateful to have a roof, even though it leaks. I still have a roof. I always find the light more than the darkness. Yes, lots of things could be better, but let's say that lots of things could be worse, and we're not manifesting that. So let's be grateful. Yeah, very grateful for the awakening. Okay, so as you write them, I'll read them, and then we'll close out, and you guys can go carry on your day. Which forking road did you take? Joe's still at the impasse. Just stand there and breathe a minute, Joe. All right. You're supposed to be security. You're supposed to go out there and be the scout. You go find out what road and come back and tell me. All right. Okay, so I'm going to read them out. And I know this is not everybody because there's more numbers than there are people talking, but that's okay. Those of you guys in the background, just do that silently with yourself and meditate on it for a second. Find some gratitude in your life and what you're grateful for. And then, of course, I'm all about recognizing your gratitude and then passing it forward. Always pay it forward. Okay, so I'm going to go up here. All right, so Joe loves the group. She's grateful that she can be her. Of course you can. We love Joe. She's mean and ornery, and, we love her. I'm chasing you. All right, Nadia is grateful for the soul family. Beautiful. Deborah, I am grateful that my soul chose to come here at this time to be a shining light of love to all those around me and more. Absolutely. Nadia is grateful for me. Well, I'm Bethel. I'm grateful for Nadia. She keeps me on track most of the time. All right. Miss L, she is thankful for Juice coming into your life. That's her hubby. He keeps my vibes up and keeps me laughing. Yeah, he is a funny character. Grateful for the awakening. Absolutely. Just the fact that we're here for the awakening is fascinating. Laughter. Yeah. I sent Nadia this cute little video yesterday. It's just because it wasn't really what she was doing in the video. It was her reaction to her own self. And she was just laughing hysterically at herself. And it was so contagious. What she was doing wasn't really that big of a deal, but just the fact that she thought she was laughing at herself made me laugh. It was funny. And Nadia, I have some other funny things to send to you because I think we really need contagious, infectious laughter. We just don't have enough of that in the world. And the lady in the video, she said it's the small things in life. It's the little simple joys in your life that you should just crack up at yourself laughing. Because laughter, maybe Nadia could go into it and explain how laughter raises frequency and vibration. That it's healing. But we do need to be grateful for laughter because, my goodness, we need more of it. Deb's grateful for the soul family. Victoria's grateful for your focus on strengthening your inner work. Yes, ma'am. Yep. She's got that fork. Okay. Nadia, for the gifts God gave you. Yes, amen and amen. Well, I'm grateful for the gifts that Nadia has as well. Grateful to be here for this time, this Dragonfly Fellowship, family, faith, and the years with your hubby. Amen and amen. Nadia, I agree with Nadia. And Joe's grateful for that fork, spoon, and knife. Amen to that. Or a funnel, a trough. Yep. Pat, that you're becoming aware. Family, soul family, helping others. Amen. For your family, this Nadia for her family, her son, and Schneider. Happy birthday. Lee says he's grateful to be above ground. That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense there, hubby, because you could be dead and be above the dirt. So, all right. I'm picking on him. Yes, laughter helps raise the frequency. We just need more of it. And it's just the funny, stupid things. I laugh at stupid things all the time. I just do. Victoria, also grateful for so many things in your life. The list is so long. I love you all, and I'm grateful. I'm beautiful. Grateful to be seen and not viewed. Well, you know what? Just love. I am grateful for the eternal love of our mother and father and all the heavenly hosts and the energy of our past loved ones and the beautiful light of our creator source that had enough thought to even create us and to create us all differently and individual souls with our free will. I'm grateful for free will. We get to choose this and we get to choose to do it together. But I am very grateful for our creator and making such a beautiful world that we live in. Many beautiful worlds, even the ones we haven't seen yet. Very grateful for that because it's all of the light. I am grateful for our military, those that have passed on and lost their lives, but I'm grateful for the ones that we still have with us, whether you're a veteran or active duty. I am grateful for the warriors that go out there all the time and that are helping us get out of this mess. So, yes, the White Hats, the Alliance, Mr. T, the Emperor, so many, his whole family. There's so many, and there's so many behind the scenes, and I think we need to recognize them as well. We may not know their faces or know their names, but we need to be grateful that we have them. The off-worlders that we haven't seen yet. So it's a good, just talking about this raises the frequency as well. To openly speak, verbally speak your gratitude and let the universe know, like put that vibration of your words out into the atmosphere. And creator, mother and father, they latch onto that, grab it, and then they multiply it. And the fact that we're doing it together is multiplying it as well. Yes, for Father, Mother, God, Divine Feminine, to all those teaching us truth. Yeah, the intel. We don't always have fun with it. We don't always like what we hear. We don't always like who's delivering the message, but it's part of it, and it's okay. And believe it or not, I'm grateful for the challenges that we've had that have helped us grow. We've had to be challenged for our own ascension. Our intuitive abilities have been tested and challenged to the point that we have to stop and think about, remember who you are. That we're not just a bunch of meat sacks walking around in a hell. We're not. We are sovereign light beings of Creator. Don't you roll your eyes at me, old man. Y'all tell Limo to behave. I'm grateful that he knows that I'm his boss. Just saying. Yeah, for family who teaches us patience. Yep. I'm grateful that Lee knows that I lobe him more. So you know, on that note, I'm grateful for them little stinkers that bathed me in maple syrup this morning. That was fun. All right, guys. Not going to keep you. Hour and 40 minutes. It was a beautiful Monday morning with our coffee and questions. If you can think of some more Wednesday. Oh, yeah. Before I let you go, real quick, do you have a particular topic you want to talk about Wednesday? Because I'm open to it. We did past lives. We can always get into more past lives because we've lived more than one. We can just do more intel because stuff happens all the time, every day. So we're always doing a little intel here and there. But if you have a particular subject or something you want to dive into, be more than happy to do it. Um, so just think about it, but specifics, if you want to, not a problem. Not a problem. So we'll just go with the flow and see where spirit takes us. And in the meantime, you guys go have a blessed day. And if I don't pop in and see you before Wednesday, I will see you Wednesday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we'll do a little more. If you need me, you know how to get a hold of me. It's not a problem. But you guys be blessed. Share the gratitude and all the love and light. Or share a little as well, because you never know. I'm gonna put Joe in charge of all the because she's my scout. She's out there seeing where the impasse and the fork of the road is. Okay. All right, guys. You're very, very welcome. Jen in the chat fam. That would be good. I can create the chat, Nadia, and if you would like me to. I can go on the Signal and create a group chat, and we can call it Jen in the chat fam. I can do it. That's fine. Okay. Some things to think about. But I will do that. And then as I find you guys, if you have a Signal number if you've got the app, I've got your phone, most of your phone numbers. I can just send an invitation. We'll see how it works. All right, guys. Y'all have a blessed day. Like I said, if you need me, find me. That was beautiful. Thanks for joining me, guys. Love God, love people, love yourselves. Be grateful. And until I see you again, love you. Guys, be good. Be blessed. See if I can get out of this chat room. Bye-bye, guys.